Have You Talent. Big up all the young people in Haverhill. I can't wait to see all the raps and poems and lyric writing that you guys have been doing and how you've got on with the challenges that we set you. My name is Shay D and I am a rapper from London, and I'm going to be taking you through for the last challenge that we've got for Have You, which is protest music. Hip hop actually started in New York, and it was always the voice of the voiceless. It was people from ends, it was people from the projects, like what we call estates and the poorer parts of the country, that were basically coming together and uprising to create their own parties and create their own communities and basically have jams on their estates in the park, massive community jams, to bring the people together and to stand up for what they believed in. Some people weren't allowed into certain areas, some people weren't allowed in certain clubs or concerts or shows, or they couldn't afford to go and they felt like they were basically being pushed out. So they were like, you know what, we're going to have our own parties, we're going to do our own thing. So they would dance in the street, they'd beatbox, they'd create cyphers, they'd rap, and it was the community really coming together to stand up for what they believed in. It's also when graffiti came about. People used to write the things that they wouldn't cover in newspapers or cover on television, and they would write what they want on the walls. So what we see as graffiti and tags also had a meaning as well. So hip hop has always been a form of protest music. Now, we're talking about rebellion, we're talking about standing up for what you believe in, we're talking about anti-establishment, and it's not always a negative thing. You just have to be heard. If you think that something is unjust, you should always speak up. And hip hop has always been about keeping real to yourself and speaking up. It's also for standing up for other people. So if you see someone being oppressed, if you think something is prejudiced, if you think someone is being bullied, it is basically standing up for them. That is what hip hop is about. That is the essence of rap. It's the essence of hip hop. It's keeping it real and being true. That's why it's very important to write raps that are truthful as well. No one likes a rapper that lies. So with protest music and this challenge, it's really good to think about something you really believe in, something that ignites some passion inside you, something that you would fight for if you had the chance to. It could be for your right to vote. It could be against racism. It could be something unfair in your town. It could be that people are being moved out of your area. It could be that people can't afford to live anymore because things are so expensive, and it's basically speaking up for what you believe in. So if you think about something that really sparks something inside you that you're like, no, that's not fair, and I want to say something about it, that's a very good subject for your protest rap. One of the songs that I made for my protest song of choice was a song called Suffragettes. And the suffragettes were basically the women who fought against the establishment to give us the right to vote. If the suffragettes over 101 years ago didn't fight for us, girls wouldn't be able to vote, and that is not cool. Your mum and your auntie and your grandma and your sister, everyone should be able to vote. So I made a song called Suffragettes, and the chorus goes, what do we want? Equality. When do we want it now? What do we want? Consent. When do we want it now? What do we want? Respect. When do we want it now? Go hard like the suffragettes. Come like blah, 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 blah. It's how you deliver it, and being on stage and jumping around and just getting all that anger out really, really helps. So think about something that you feel strongly about. The first thing to do is to get a sheet of paper and to brainstorm what you care about. What are you not cool with? What would you fight against? What have you spoken up for before? And basically write all your ideas down. The next thing to do is to start thinking about a really catchy chorus. So maybe something really feisty, something a bit tongue-in-cheek, something really strong and powerful. Make it short and make it catchy. It could be like, I don't stand for this, or it could be, I know my rights, or it could be, that's not fair. Like, think of a short statement and then you can add to it to make your chorus. And remember, the chorus has to be catchy and short so people remember it. Then when you start writing your rap, start thinking about why you don't like what it is you're writing about. Why do you think it's unfair? Who is the person that this rap is to? Are you asking the audience to join you, or are you actually talking to the person that you're not happy with? So think about that. Think of your audience, because that's going to affect the tone of your rap. And then basically try to write 16 lines for verse 1 and 16 lines for verse 2. And of course, your chorus will sit in the middle. Really good protest songs to look up are old school hip hop ones. NWA, Public Enemy and Chuck D, Queen Latifah with Unity, Rappers like Stormzy have also used protest music at the Brits, at Glastonbury. People like Dave have as well. And there's people like K Tempest. There's a lot of people, even these days, that definitely use protest music in their raps. I believe in you and I think you can do this. Give it a go. We have 3 challenges so far. So try them all out and see which one you like best. And remember, you can send them in, you can submit, you can upload them, and you can hashtag. Don't be shy. Maybe sit down with a friend and do it. Maybe with a brother or sister, even with your mum and your nan. Who knows? They might be undercover rappers too. Big up, good luck, and I can't wait to hear your protest raps.